It's Captain Kurt, our
What's up?
engineer extraordinaire, with all our new latest toys.
All right.
Our newest toy, what's that? A bass trap, correct?
Those are bass traps, yep.
Yep.
And so, since you got the tape running, I can explain for the tape here what the setup is, because as you can see, it's very minimalistic. I only have 4 microphones being used, and this setup is called the Glyn Johnson methodology.
The Glyn Johnson.
It's Glyn is his first name, and he's the guy that recorded Led Zeppelin, Eric Clapton, Cream, and he pioneered this. And so we've got one mic up at the top here, which is right above the kick at about 38-39 inches, directly in the middle, and that's going to capture the entire kit. And when I mix everything, that's going to be panned 50% to the left. And over here, I've got another condenser microphone, which is equidistant from the snare, 38 inches away, 6 inches up from the tom, aimed right at the snare as well, and that's going to be panned hard right. And I've got the snare mic, SM57, which is 5 inches aimed right at the center, and I've got a kick mic down there at the port.
What is the kick mic? What's the kick mic?
Kick mic is an AKG D112, which is pretty much the industry standard
Excellent.
kick mic. There, I mean, all these microphones, you'll find them in every single recording studio the world over. These 2 mics are the most common small diaphragm condenser microphones used. Obviously, this is your SM57. I brought one too. They're the most commonly used small diaphragm dynamic. So we got industry standard stuff here, which is nice.
And did you mention the Beatles use this methodology?
Yeah, Beatles also.
Yeah.
He also worked with the Beatles.
Cool.
And a couple of their albums were recorded with this setup.
Sweet.
John Bonham from Led Zeppelin. Remember Led Zeppelin 1? 4 sticks, things like that. I mean, they recorded those drum tracks with this very setup, and
wow.
he rocked the crap out of that. You can get a lot of sound out of it.
What's our hardware behind you?
I'm running an audio interface, which is this right here. It's a Focusrite. It's a 32-bit 96 kilohertz setup. It's got 8 tracks, and I've got a headphone amp so that I can have 3 to 4 separate headphone mixes depending on who is listening. And then this is a high-end microphone preamp for the 2 dynamic mics.
Excellent.
So, and the software is Cubase.
Cubase.
And so like for instance, I'm going to do a new project, and it's going to be my default mix, and I'm going to put in the 2014 album folder, and I'm going to call it test, and it's going to set up a brand new project, loading all the effects, and it's something that I have like pre-set up so that we can just pretty much get rocking and rolling.
Right.
It's set up to be 96 kilohertz recording at 32-bit, which is going to be very high end. And here's all the recording tracks that I've got set up already, and I basically just take all these tracks. This is my mixing console, and I got all these tracks. This is all the inputs over here, and this is all the outputs over here, and this allows me to mix. I got all the faders and everything like that.
Wow.
And then later on, when I start mixing down, I've got effects groupings over here, and I can do like a plug-in where I can add like a reverb or something like that. I like Sonal Kiss has a really nice reverb, actually a compressor. So Sonal Kiss has a really nice compressor and things like that. plus other types of reverbs. So,
Is this set up custom for E.M. Spencer?
yes, it is.
Yep.
Yes, it is. All the tracks are all preset. They're all pre-arranged and everything. So that's all I have to do. Every time we get ready to record, I'm going to create a new audio track that's stereo,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to import one of our tracks, our scratch tracks that we recorded. So Cubase 2014 album, scratch tracks, and if we wanted to record, things have changed. I convert it, and it's going to be converting it to 96 kilohertz because we didn't record it at 96 kilohertz. And so while you record, the scratch track will be playing as well. And I'm going to use this software to balance how much you hear.
Right. Fascinating.
Another thing is, so, pretty soon I want to get started. I want you to put all the cymbals on. I want to do some sound checks. I want to get the leveling right because it's a delicate balance of capturing just enough sound without peaking.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to be able to feel like you can play as loud as you believe you need to play without having to worry about trying to make sure that you don't blow the microphones. And so here, so here's the scratch track, and so you can hear, that's what you'll hear. That's the scratch track
Ooh.
that you'll hear. In addition to hearing what
The kit sound
the
like.
kit sounds like as well. And you're going to be recording alongside that.
Right.
So.
In tandem.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I appreciate your time, Captain Kirk.
Not a problem.